So you are thinking about starting a family. Yay! Let me help you on this most magical and sacred journey. In this video, I want to discuss what to consider and steps to take to help your body become its healthiest and most vital so that you're prepared to conceive and carry a healthy baby to term until you are holding them in your arms. Now, who else spent most of their life avoiding pregnancy? What's to plan, you say? I mean, you're down to what, 2-3 grand lattes a day? Wine is full of antioxidants, right? Well, if you like the idea of consciously conceiving, having a healthy pregnancy, a thriving baby, you'll want to stay tuned. This video is sponsored by Let's Get Checked. Hello, blossoming beauties. Welcome back. Charlene Lincoln, women's health and fertility expert, first-time mama at 42, using all natural solutions I love sharing with you. Now, I interviewed one of the most respected OBGYNs in the world, best-selling author, Dr. Christiane Northrup. And she said it would be ideal if a woman prepared her body for at least 2 years. In an ideal world, right? I mean, most of us, like myself, I waited too long. I need to do this right now. But think about it. For those of us who had a wedding, how long did you plan for your wedding? Or did you say, we're trying for a wedding and we'll see what happens? No way, right? I know weddings are planned for at least a year and everything is thought of down to the last detail. I want to ask you to do the same when you are creating human life. Number one, first thing to consider, nutrients. Many of us start, just starting on a prenatal when trying to conceive, but often a prenatal is really the bare minimum of what we need. Most prenatals on the market are designed for a very healthy individual to take that's dealing with a stress-free life, great sleep, no nutrient deficiencies. A majority of us are not living that life. We have, by the time a woman turns 35 or a man, we have several nutrient deficiencies that need to be addressed. So I recommend working with a nutritionist and getting a nutrient deficiency test to see where you're at and what nutrient deficiencies you need to address. And if you're one of the millions of women that were put on birth control pill, sometimes for several years, research shows that the pill can create major nutrient deficiencies, like deficiencies in folate, vitamin C, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, and E, as well as minerals like magnesium, selenium, and zinc. The pill also does a number on our gut bacteria. The same bacteria that is in our vagina, the same vaginal bacteria that sperm need to survive in to fertilize an egg, the same bacteria that houses 70% of our immune system, the same bacteria that's needed to extract nutrients from food. So whether or not you've been on the pill, you'll want to spend some time replenishing nutrients and reestablishing healthy gut flora. I'm going to put a link to my Amazon store where I recommend quality nutritional supplements to build up nutrient reserves before trying to conceive. But ideally, I would love you to work with a nutritionist and get some personal recommendations. Okay, I talked about in an ideal world, we would prepare our body for 2 years before conceiving, but really the bare minimum is 4 months. That's how long it takes for the egg you ovulate to go through the full maturation process from ovum to one that is, released and can be fertilized. This is called the preconception period. This is an extremely critical time you can make a real impact in the health of your future baby, as well as making it easier to conceive and having a healthy, smooth pregnancy. Number 2, start eating a fertility-friendly diet. What does that mean? It means eating a diet that keeps your blood sugar stable and inflammation down. I'm not going to tell you there's a one-size-fits-all when it comes to diet. However, my fertility clients have done really well on the wheat belly diet plan. It has many of the same characteristics as the keto diet. However, it puts great emphasis on gut flora cultivation and vitamin D optimization. Those are critical cornerstones of good health and good fertility. Dr. William Davis, board certified cardiologist and author of the Wheat Belly Diet Plan, told me during an interview, when I interviewed him for my fertility podcast, he said, I've lost track of all the couples who have gotten pregnant on my diet. I agree. It's great for balancing blood sugar and reducing inflammation, which is wonderful for hormonal balance. That's the foundation of good hormonal balance. Number 3, let's talk about testing. Now, many of us will be told by our doctors to try for 6 months to a year, depending on our age, before any testing is recommended. How frustrated and stressed out could you potentially be after 6 months or a year? You're going to be wondering, is there some underlying thing going on? So why wait? Running a fertility panel early on takes the guesswork out of potential issues that can and should be addressed early on. I want to recommend a discreet and confidential way to test your major fertility markers through Let's Get Checked. It's a home testing kit that's discreetly delivered to your door and delivers results back to you within 2 to 5 days and has a member of the Let's Get Checked medical team call to go over your results. This way you can bypass your doctor and take your health and fertility into your own hands. Smart, right? I mean, would your doctor wait? I don't think so. They get checked right away. Okay, number 4. I recommend also making sure you have your vitamin D levels checked. Request a 25-OH hydroxy test to check what your current vitamin D levels are. 40% of women with fertility issues have shown to have a deficiency in vitamin D. Women who have miscarried, difficulty conceiving, it's pretty much always, I see very low vitamin D levels. Vitamin D is a precursor to progesterone, estrogen, and testosterone, which are hormones necessary for healthy fertility. We recommend minimum vitamin D levels of 50 nanograms per milliliter, even though conventional testing goes down to 30. That's considered deficiency. Number 5, learn how to start charting or looking to a charting app like Kindara. I personally recommend my fertility clients read Taking Charge of Your Fertility. This book is such a lovely and empowering way to learn when your fertile window is. I mean, it teaches you everything about your fertility and your cycle, and to see if you're indeed regularly ovulating. Of course, there's also apps like the Ava bracelet that tracks certain markers to establish when your fertile period is. This is also a great option if you're just overwhelmed by the idea of taking your temperature and all that. But there's so much to learn from charting versus using, let's say, just an ovulation predictor kit. For one, an OPK cannot definitively tell you that you have ovulated. It can only measure an LH surge. And an LH surge is thought to occur but 24 hours before ovulation, but sometimes it occurs towards the end of your fertile window. If you wait for your LH surge to start having intercourse, you could be missing out on some of the best days of your cycle to conceive. OPKs cannot tell you if your luteal phase is long enough to support implantation. And obviously, it cannot tell you if you have fertile cervical mucus. needed for sperm to survive the journey to the egg. That tool is right at your fingertips. So, and maybe I'll link another one on cervical mucus and the importance of it if you are interested in that. It's fascinating and it's so important. Question, put this in the comments below. When is the best day or days to have intercourse when trying to conceive? Is it the day of ovulation? Is the day after, the day before? Put your answer in the comments below. Now let's get checked. The home testing lab I recommend is offering a 20% off their test when using the promo code Charlene20. Thank you, Let's Get Checked. So take advantage of that offer. Now, if you found this video helpful, please like, comment, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified of my next video. Okay, till next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.